guess what we're watching today? Welcome to another edition of Author Ejamie Watches, a somewhat weekly show where I react to television shows and or movies and hopefully entertain y'all. For this week, we are back with the TV show Hershey's Chocolate Kisses. That is not the name of the show. I can't pronounce the name of the show because I'm an ignorant Canadian girl. We are watching episode 46. Now, for those of you who are new here, we are putting these up on my regular reaction channel, which is they'll be pretty heavily edited, and so that like we don't get blocked or anything. There might still be like a copyright thing on it, but at least like we won't get blocked. Thus far, that's been going all right. I've started putting those up because I've started doing these sort of like heavily edited Hershey's Chocolate Kisses reactions from like episode 36. I think we have 36 up. I'm not sure if we have 37 up, but you'll get the link to that in this preview clip that you're watching right now on my regular channel. You'll get the link to where you can watch the edited version on my YouTube reaction channel. We are also doing the Patreon thing now. We started doing the Patreon thing from episode 40, and thank you to my very first Patreon on there, Fatima. You're awesome. Thank you so much. We are starting with episode 40 there. I believe we have 41 up there now, and we're sort of going to be doing a thing where the only episodes that are going to be available are the heavily edited, episodes on YouTube, and then the Patreon full, unedited, complete reactions on Patreon. So I'd like to eventually do it where my Patreon episodes are ahead of my YouTube reactions. So we're sort of trying to get the Patreon episodes out quicker, and hopefully when we get like the YouTube reactions up, it'll be a case of like we have like this much episodes up. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, we're actually ahead this many episodes. So sort of like that, where I give you sort of an incentive to want to go to watch my Patreon full, unedited, uncut reactions if you would like to see that, and you could sponsor me there, and that would be really great. And thank you, Fatima, for being my first Patreon. Hopefully more of you will be interested in going and doing that. We'll be doing the Patreon thing with Hershey's Chocolate Kisses. We're doing it with Supernatural as well. I think Supernatural has season 12, episode 1, full, uncut, unedited. There, working on getting episode 2 up there as well. And it'll be sort of like the same thing. You'll have like my YouTube edited reactions for Supernatural, and hopefully eventually we'll get the Patreon episodes ahead. So that's sort of the story right now. So because I'm not doing that middle version of the episodes, you're probably not going to see this episode that we're going to be watching today, 46, for a little while, as we're trying to get caught up with my YouTube edited reactions and my Patreon full unedited reactions. Excuse me. So hopefully that explains a few if there's sort of like any delays and that kind of thing. Excuse me. Let me just start with my wine. Yeah, so hopefully that explains any sort of delays or what is happening right now. Hopefully this does not go for like the full episode. So last episode was so good. I know for some people they found it to be like a little bit of a slower episode. I personally did not. I loved it. We had Papa Koala Bear beating the Jesus, Mary, and Joseph out of Papa Twat Waffle, which I was totally here for. Um, he was completely the MVP of that episode. I love my Papa Koala Bear so very much. I'd even say he's the MVP of the entire series. Um, we had Moran miraculously recovering from being shot like 2 or 3 times and being able to save Rayanne before she believed she could fly R. Kelly style off the cliff. So he saved her before that happened. Um, we had a little bit more of the story between, or the story of Creepy Grandma's revenge. We got to see a little bit more of how that all began with the OG Creepy Grandma, Asshat Grandpa's mother, coming to young, vulnerable, just been in a fire and lost her baby and lost her sister, Creepy Grandma, and telling Creepy Grandma that Asshat Grandpa had abandoned her and was getting married and was having a baby with another woman. Not telling her that the reason all this happened was because OG Creepy Grandma told her son that our Creepy Grandma was dead. Now, thank you very much to KK, who explained to me that the reason that Asshat Grandpa didn't know that Creepy Grandma is the woman that he loved and lost and thought was dead was because in the fire, Creepy Grandma had plastic surgery, and so, or like her face got reconstructed or some such, and she looks different. So Asshat Grandpa does not recognize her as the woman that he loved and thought was dead. So thank you very much for clearing that up. I wondered if it was like something like that, but I'm glad to know that yes, that is the reason, and it's not just some random like these two not using their words and not talking to each other about what had happened. So that should be an interesting day when Asshat Grandpa realizes who Creepy Grandma is. I am living for that day. We had Hottie McWeirdo proving to be the utter son of a bleep and bleep that I've always thought he was by, upon Creepy Grandma discovering that Hottie McWeirdo had betrayed her, he basically tells her that he won't work against her anymore if she helps him get Rayanne for himself. This piece of shit. I want him to die. Painfully. Like, a lot. But it seems we are stuck with him for a while because Moran has decided, my darling Moran, sometimes you make the stupid of stupids of decisions. He's decided that he and Rayanne are going to work with Hottie McWeirdo to bring down Creepy Grandma and like discover the truth and all that stuff. This son of a bitch is going to backstab you at the first opportunity. Moran and Rayanne are making oh so very much a bad decision here, and I'm scared for them. Moran is going to regret the fact that the gun that he pointed at Hottie McWeirdo was not loaded. I regretted it, and I know he's going to too. So that's sort of where we left off. So I'm very excited to get into this episode. Yeah. So, again, make sure that you're subscribed here so you can get my the review clip to the link to where you can watch the edited version on my YouTube channel, my reaction channel, and to where you can watch eventually the full unedited Patreon version if you would like to watch me react and at times just sit here and enjoy for 2.5 hours. If you would enjoy that, then head over to Patreon and sponsor me there, and you will get access to my full unedited reactions. I'm also thinking of like putting up like extra kind of stuff for you guys there as well, like my Wounded Love, or I can't pronounce the name of the show, but it was the second Turkish drama that I watched. I know that's not how you pronounce it, and just bear with me, but I'm just phonetically saying it for purposes that you guys know the show that I'm talking about. Vatanim Sensen. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but I've done crack videos for each episode of that series, and I'm thinking of putting those up on Patreon as well if you guys would like to see those. I enjoy making them, so if you guys would like to see, that could also be a tier on Patreon that you could get access to those as well. I might do like some stuff connected to my writing, where you would get like early access to upcoming books with like first chapters and that kind of stuff. If you guys would like to see that, I might do like read-alongs of like books that I'm reading and sort of like reacting to those as I read them. So I'm just sort of like playing around with different things that I could do on Patreon in addition to these reactions. So head on over to me there. The link to my Patreon, I don't think I've ever like mentioned, I put it in the thing, but I don't think I've ever mentioned in the video, is patreon.com/author Ejamie watches, and that's my Patreon. So yeah, let's get into the episode. We are at Hershey's Chocolate Kisses, episode 46, where Moran and Rayanne have just made the very bad, no good decision. Here we go. Such a great episode. Did not like that ending. I did not like the fact that Moran got him out of the cuckoo room. But we'll just put a pin in that, because I still have questions, and I hope that we'll get to see. Oh, sorry, I might be the Frozen right now. Hopefully I'm okay now. I'm irked that we didn't get to see Goonies' reaction. I might still be frozen. Oh, let me frozen back and forth now. But yeah, such a good episode. A little irked by that ending, but we'll put a pin in that. Otherwise, such an amazing episode. Moran and Rayanne had the sex! I'm so happy. My babies have had the sex. It's been 40-something episodes. It's about fucking time, pun intended. And so happy. Papa Koala Bear. Dude, I can't believe that they just did that. That they had her confessing in the middle of one of the long-ass Turkish songs that they always play. They stuck her confession in the middle of it while he not here for the Turkish song. So he went outside of his car to think, because for some reason he couldn't think in his car. And so he missed the confession. Does he still have the tape? Please, sweet baby Jesus. I hope that he still has the cassette. Oh my god. Papa Twelve was still going, I did everything I had to for the family and blah, 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 blah. And shut up. And he's all like, oh, are you still mad at me? Like, dude. Rayanne laying down the law to creepy grandma was everything. I mean, that just made me so happy. Her, like, in the house, and like, okay, so we're getting rid of this, and we're getting rid of this, and we're getting rid of this. That just made me so, so happy. Creepy grandma talking to Mama Goonie about the loss of her son, and she was talking about to creepy grandma, or creepy grandma was mentioning to her about, like, referencing her loss of her son. So Mama Goonie knows about the first baby that she lost, and does she know that it was Asshat Grandpa's baby? I'm guessing no. Like, maybe creepy grandma just told her that, like, in the beginning of her marriage that she lost a child. I don't know how much Mama Goonie knows. So awesome. Like, yeah, I such a good episode. Such a good episode. Farat, and Mafi and Moran in the house. And I love that scene so much. Because just Farat's reactions were to everything was just perfection. I love that character so, so much. And I don't care about what the writers are writing and about, like, Gooni's brother, and I will still stand by Hottie McWeirdo heard the story about Gooni's brother dying, and he, in his, like, twisted mind, made himself believe that he was Gooni's brother, when in reality it's actually Farat. And I don't care. I will always believe that. No, Farat is Gooni's brother. I liked the conversation that Moran and Goonie had. Hopefully it sticks, and Goonie will actually let go of Moran and go on with her life. Not with Newspaper Dude, I don't approve. Because it will feel like they got rid of Skittles to put Newspaper Dude and Goonie together. Which, again, real life couple, love them to pieces. I don't want them together on screen. No, I want my Skittles to somehow come back to life. I don't care if it doesn't happen. Let me have my dream that she comes back to life, and she and Newspaper Dude end up together and happy as they should have been the whole time. Or he moves on, he meets a new girl, but not Goonie. Not Goonie. Otherwise, that'll be it, I think, for this week's episode. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/. Yeah, I'm tripping over it because I should actually do the whole subscribe thing first. So make sure that you're subscribed here on my regular channel so you get this preview clip to the link where you can watch the edited version on my YouTube reaction channel, or my full reaction up on Patreon, which that's patreon.com/author Ejamie watches. The link will be in the description for my preview clip. And yeah, that's sort of how we're going to be doing it from now on. It will just be the heavily edited version on my reaction channel and the unedited full version on Patreon. There will be no middle version. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. They had the sex. I'm so happy. And again, see, I didn't need to see it. I just needed to know that it happened. I'm so happy for my babies. 40-something episodes, y'all. It's been a drought. It's been a drought for my babies. Bye.